place is huge! Paimon knew there's something off about that cave. Let's think of a way to get over there and have a closer look. Who knows? Maybe we'll find a lead of some kind.
Into the wind!
What happened just now? Why'd everything around us suddenly change?
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call.
Wrap up the flame! Motion to...
Scatter! Spring forth! One with nature! Propagate!
Into that is going on here? This place is getting weirder by the minute! Hey! What's the matter? You don't look so good!
You needn't worry about such things. They don't concern you. Before the abyss.
Incinerate! Wheel of Life. Opening box of Adepti Tricks.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. Scatter!
Annihilate!
Boom boom!
All life will perish!
Inadmissible evidence! Motion to compel!
Wind strike!
Life goes on.
Time to go. Propagate!
Huh? Why can't we beat this guy? Oh, Paimon doesn't get it! We faced others like him before! What's wrong this time?
Traveler, though you may have managed to avert countless crises before, your good fortune was bound to end sooner or later. It's time you realize how weak and powerless you really are. Your sister. Her Highness has long since forsaken you. Your meager existence in her eyes is that of an annoying bond. The bonds of love and family which drive you to find your sibling are utterly gone. Your journey is meaningless. But don't you fret now. Today...
What do we do? We haven't seen Hypatia anywhere out here. Oh, there she is! Quick, let's see how she's doing. Well, the good news is that she's still conscious. Hey, why'd you drop her food on the floor like that? Are you okay? That's really not like you. Anyways, we can talk about this later. We better make sure she's all right first. Whoa! Wait a sec. Look at all this fruit lying around her. We can put that to good use.
Who is there? Tighnari, is that you? Huh?
It's okay.
I see. So, you're friends of Tighnari. I'm grateful that you came so quickly to save me.
Well, actually, we were kind of wondering about that, actually. When we found you here, there was all this fruit
Oh, really? I seem to understand now. All the fruit was...
Your neighbor? You mean there's someone else living nearby?
Oh? So you're...
Wait, hold on a second, Traveler. You say that before we arrived, you saw some mysterious creature and said...
No, I actually do believe what the Traveler is saying. You needn't worry. They mean you no harm.
So, Hypatia...
I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest. But I do know that they have some sort of deeper connection with the Dendro Archon. I know this because the first time I saw them was also the exact day my consciousness was able to form a connection with Irminsul. Even after I opened my eyes and stopped meditating, my heart, and at that very moment, I suddenly, in my curiosity, I began to walk over to the creature. It wasn't until I crouched down next to them that they suddenly realized that I could see them.
Oh! And then?
And then I had a dream. By the time I came to, they were nowhere to be. I was convinced they'd never show up again. But sure enough, I saw them nearby a few days later. And they weren't alone. I feel like they aren't as afraid of me as the first time I approached. Yes, no doubt about that. By the way, Tighnari mentioned in his letter... Sorry about that. Sounds like just drinking juice still isn't quite enough for my stomach.
Well, if somebody hadn't dropped the food earlier... Anyway, alright, we're up, traveler.
Sounds good.
All done! Let's use the empty box that Tighnari gave. Oh, it smells up.
Are you already finished cooking? Even though everything you mentioned was in China, it took me nearly 3 years. You should know that some researchers spent their...
So why does this incense allow...
The ingredients used to make Spirit-born ale primarily consist of plants. Since the root of the Dendro Archon's power lies within Irminsul, we can occasionally tap into her powers to peer into the depths of the earth. Naturally, anyone who can establish a connection with Irminsul in their first...
Makes sense. But Paimon's got a question.
That was primarily due to his body's unique constitution. Stimulated by the incense, he could perceive the Dendro Archon's power and experienced a sensory overload. Taking in any sense similar to the ingredients of Spirit-born ale would Not to worry, though. It appears technically your body should still be sensitive. I must admit, I am quite envious of your abilities. Even if it meant suffering from
Whoa, you're really serious.
I am a researcher after all. As a member of the Ritaoist Darshan at the Academia, my main area of research is the stars and their connection to the fate, which is why I must turn... If only my perception wasn't so limited. Unfortunately, I am currently in the stage of training known as Satyavada life. Sages have said that Irminsul contains divine knowledge, and touching such knowledge without the proper prep... That's why we meditate alone. We need to ensure that our minds will be calm.
Whoa, so knowledge from Irminsul can be super dangerous.
Of course I do. Especially during nights that are pitch black with no moonlight, and dead silent without... However, I've been feeling better as of late. I don't get as scared anymore knowing that I have a little neighbor living near. I believe that being able to see them is a sort of blessing from the... But what's strangest of all is that they're clearly an envoy of the God of Wisdom herself. And they have the
What's so strange about that? It doesn't sound so out of place for...
Well, it's strange because nearly nobody in Sumeru can ever dream.
Huh. Is that true?
Yes, well, to an extent. Only children. The sages say that wisdom implies rationality, but that which occurs in dreams is often neither rational nor logical. Yes, if one struggles with anxieties, those emotions could... The fact that the people of Sumeru do not have dreams is seen as a blessing by the sages. They believe that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, the god of wisdom, is keeping us away from the foolish delusions you encounter in your sleep. I was born into a family of scholars in Sumeru City. Ever since I was a child, I studied hard, enrolled as a student in the academia. But then, on the day I scared the little Aranara, I suddenly saw a dream. It was incredible. Back then, I was foolish and ignorant as any. Just be sure not to speak of this if you.
So, do you have any thoughts about the thing?
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any answers as of now. All I can say is that. World forget me. What could that possibly mean? If only I could ascend past Satyavada life and begin Paripurna life. I might have some more answers for you. If you two are ever in the area again, please be sure to come and see me. There's no need to be thanking me. You two are my saviors. Besides, I'm already looking forward to tasting some more of your cooking.
Now that we know Hypatia is alright and had the chance to ask her some questions, Paimon thinks it's about time.
Think about it, Tainari. Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand. I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is, as Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's...
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person. I am merely a forest watcher. How could the great minds of the Harap...
Well, it turns out that your refusal letter had some implications on your master...
I see. Huh. And I figured that given his temper...
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to
There's no definite answer.
Do you mean to tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the letter to... If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
Tainari, what?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a But all that can wait. How did things go?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound.
Very good. Now that the traveler has made a full
That's right! We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanov.
Sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
Well, do you at least know anyone we can
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fair. How about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to... Also, when you enter Sumeru City, you'll probably...
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Needless to say, this device and its usage...
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tainari, we have something important.
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, she knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right.
Farewell, and good luck.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful... Thanks for waiting here just to see us off, Kale. We're headed to Sumeru City. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my but I guess now I understand that the most important thing is for... There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting. We're probably still gonna worry about your condition, but that's
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave...
Oh? What is it?
It's my recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember?
Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can...
I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember... Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale...
Sumeru City! We finally made it! Oh, did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the... But no need to worry, that won't prevent... Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved great... After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, as long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the...
Oh, so this is the thing that Tainari was telling us about.
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha terminals to outlanders who spent an... Here are your Akasha terminals.
It kind of looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following for...
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use... May the mighty God bless us with their... Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and Paimon suddenly knew how to use this thing. It seems all we need to do is concentrate...
Exactly. That is... And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Okay, now that we're in, we can check the... 500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides... Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Oh, come on! Focusing on this question... Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea! But what are you going to ask it? Huh. Could it be because... Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really missed their Archon. Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tighnari recommended. He's from Sumeru, and... Let's see. Tighnari wrote an address on the letter's envelope. Oh!
Been handed all the cumbersome tests.
Hello! Are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great! You see, Tighnari sent a...
What? Tighnari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here! This is a letter from Tighnari!
Oh, let me see... Oh! Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So, you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tighnari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kus...
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me... Sorry.
What? You too? But what about your abilities for...
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. All I know is that ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's...
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mistake.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain...
Aw, but then what can we...
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali, in this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form... Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tighnari? That guy can...
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This is a survival skill at...
Oh, Paimon, so what do we do now? Even if we want to talk... Huh? Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine!
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Catherine, we need your help with...
Understood. The Adventurers Guild is always ready to...
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know...
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant...
Aww, another dead...
Please do not worry. I may know of in Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru. An Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru city's
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their rank Asfant, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good if you'd like to get in contact with him. You're welcome. I wish you two the best of luck.
All right, off to the Citadel of Razor we go!
Welcome. The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you two.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
I see. So, Catherine... It's true that the Eremites' network is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. It isn't just us, though. If you ask me, I think most in Sumeru aren't interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Oh? Why's that?
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. In their eyes, she was the one who found it. Because of the Academia's influence, most citizens, not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali, never makes an appearance. And the Academia never announces anything about...
Really? Aw. After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ha! But who knows? We're all just guessing when it...
Alright, well, thanks for the info, Osfond.
No problem. Always happy to help out the Adventurers Guild.
Seems Osfond was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't think I should know, then I don't need to know about it. We've been asking for information non-stop ever since we got to Sumeru. But the harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire...
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been... Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyazard.
Whoa, really?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro... Sure. It goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy, panicked by what he heard. The man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, in despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. Oh, Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been... Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go.
Yeah, thanks for the story! Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy.
In a way. It seems like this story is also...
Dunyazard, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusan...
Of course! So did you two know that... I'm terribly sorry, but...
Hey, wait! What the heck? It looks like they're searching for someone. This stinks! Let's see if we can...
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long...
did she have bandages wrapped around...
Yes, that's her. Did you...
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her!
That should keep him busy for a while. Let's hurry. There you are, Dunyazard. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh,
You can relax now. We...
Really? Thank you so much. Uh-oh, looks like there's...
Huh? More of them? Then what...
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to.
All right, let's move out. Stay behind us.
We made it. Oh, they shouldn't be able to find us now. Wait! Stand down, Dia!
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happen in...
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here.
Wait a sec! Who the heck are you?
I'm Miss Dunyazard's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long, and if it'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to...
Hey! Dunyazard already said she doesn't want to go...
Stay out of this. You don't understand. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employees.
How much?
Wait, what?
How much more do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go again. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also... And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love...
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits, and I know what I'm doing. And I know perfectly well that it makes no difference if I'm at home or not. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for because she saved me. The love I have for her is that this is my life and my last chance.
My lady, are you sure what you're doing?
Yes, I'm sure.
Fine, I won't ask you to but let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because...
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me.
Okay, deal.
Yay! Looks like they've reached an
I'm fine, really.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear...
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it, huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
How about our coconut charcoal cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating some now.
They look kind of burnt and dry. Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know. Dunyazard, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information. My younger self no longer had any hopes or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyazard, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Dunyazard, don't be... Who are you? How do I explain this? You might not be... Really? Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love... Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyazard, is there anything you want? What? Not really. Huh? But aren't you a child? Then, can you make... Oh. I'm sorry. But then, can you be my...
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wonders. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru city. Beyond the city was a lush rainforest. And beyond that was the wall of Samiel, deserts, and all of Tevat. Once I finally made it through that bout of illness, but I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact,
What's the
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by... It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birth. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal, but because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as
Aww.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year.
Hold on, my lady, does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding.
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much more prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today and see how things...
Sure, that's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much. Even for...
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long...
But of course! Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.